credit card debt, and what has happened to average credit card interest rates we're paying on the balances we're keeping. Now, I have credit cards. Do I keep balances? No. Please don't do it, because it's a wonderful thing to have a credit card. How is it? The bank is letting you float their money for 30 days. 30 days. It's free money. Buy all you want on credit cards. Except that don't buy stuff that you cannot pay it off at the end of the month. Because if you do, then the balances will come in. And this topic is about that. And you pay the piper pretty penny when you keep balances on your credit cards. So U.S. credit card interest rates, this is the average, subprime, prime, people with 800 credit score and whatever. This is the overall average of all credit cards. This is revolving credit, okay? It just hit 23.4% in August. What was it before the Fed raised the rates? Because this is what the banks do also, right? They issue you credit cards. They issue you plastic. They make you go buy stuff you don't need. Refrain yourself. I'm not telling you not to open the credit card account, but pay it off. And if you can't pay it off or not going to be able to pay it off, don't buy. Period. Discipline. Refrain yourself. And over the last 2 years, the rates have soared by 7 percentage points. Why is that? What has the Fed done over the last 2 years, right? They raised the rates from 0 to 5. So when Fed raises the rates, every interest rate that we can talk about, from car loans to mortgages, they're all related to what they're doing. The banks raise the rates as if 18% or 16% they were collecting before. This was the average. Is not enough. Banks raise the rates. Now that the Fed is pivoting and cutting rates, do you guys think the banks are going to be in a rush to lower this number fast? No. They're going to keep it as high as possible. And when one bank lowers it, then the other bank is going to lower it. But it's all about things go fast up when it costs us stuff, and then things go down really slowly, just like gas prices. We all know what happens to them, right? They spike, and then they come down 2 cents at a time. I'm like, they go up 30 cents a week, and then it comes down 10 cents in 6 months. I'm like, not getting that. Well, we know why that is. U.S. consumers now have a record 1.36 trillion in credit card debt and other revolving credit, meaning they pay a massive 318 billion a year annually in interest. See what happens when you keep balances? See how banks make money on you? So you go give the bank $100, deposit your paycheck. The bank turns around, literally in a credit card, gives you the money back and charges you 25%. Pretty good business, right? But now what's going to happen is credit card defaults are going to come into play, because most people are going to go, screw this, I'm not going to pay. Charge-offs are going to come into play. But this is mind-numbing to me. To put this into perspective, Americans paid just half of that in 2019 at 160 billion interest. Why? Because in 2019 we had ZIRP, zero interest rate policy. And the rates on the average rates on the credit cards were about 16-17% as opposed to 24. Meanwhile, this is the key here. Meanwhile, credit card serious delinquency rates, this is 30, 60, 90 late, okay? Those delinquency rates are at 7%, the highest level since 2011. Do you see what's happening here? People are, due to inflation, due to economic slowdown or whatever it is, people are spending frivolously on their credit cards, and now they're not able to pay back. Because once the bank hooks you up and you start making minimum payments, basically all you're doing is paying the bank interest. You're not lowering your balance. And that's the vicious cycle. Do not get caught in that vicious cycle. The credit card debt bubble is popping. That's why I love the Kobesi letter. At the end, always, they summarize the thing, or my opinion gets summarized with one sentence. And here's the chart. Here's the chart with circle, oval around it. Look at that chart. If that was a stock, I would love that. It's beautiful uptrend, right? That's an uptrend I don't like. So, summarizing, if you're going to have credit cards, no problem. If you're going to have debt, no problem. Don't borrow and spend. Have the credit card, have it in your pocket. If your income is not enough to pay it off, pay off your balance, do not buy.